Okay, today we are going to start talking about decimal division and how to solve decimal division using equivalent fractions and whole numbers. So we're going to do the decimal division for the next 3 days. So if you don't get it today, it will, we're going to keep doing it for the next 3. So don't worry about that. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the parts of a division problem. So right here in 18 divided by 3 equals 6, we have a dividend, which would be the first number in a division problem, divided by 3. The 3 is the divisor. It's the number that does the dividing, and the 6, or the answer, is the quotient. So the dividend divided by the divisor equals the quotient. It's really important to know that in class, so when we start talking about what number is the dividend, you know that we're talking about the number that's being divided. Or if I ask what number is the divisor, or when we talk about what number is the divisor, we're talking about the number that is doing the dividing. Or if we ask what answer number is the quotient, we're talking about the answer to the division problem. So when we write this in fraction form, we've talked about fractions being division problems. This is how it would look. See how the 18, the dividend, is our numerator. The divisor becomes our denominator, and the quotient is the simplified version of that fraction. In the long division form, the dividend goes on the inside of the house. It's the, in our horse and rider analogy, the horse goes on the inside. So our numerator went on the inside, so the dividend goes on the inside. The divisor stays on the outside, and then the quotient goes up on top of the long division. So whatever method you prefer, it's very important to make sure that you get that method correct. So real quickly, we are going to take a look at A1 and B1, and we're just going to walk through them real quick. So we got a couple of different things we can do here. The first method we're going to talk about is converting a decimal division problem into two equivalent fractions. So in A1 we have 4.2, or 4 2/10, divided by 84 hundredths. So, and I'm going to do the work here below. They kind of do it for you in your book, but I'm going to do it below here. 4.2 divided by 0.84, or 84 hundredths. Since this is a hundredth and this is a tenth, I'm going to convert both of these decimals into hundredths. So 4.2 would be 4 2/10, but as a hundredth, it would be 420 hundredths. Okay, so this would be 420 over 100 divided by 84 over, 84, let's get rid of that, 84 over 100. Okay, and then since they have a common denominator here, we really don't need the denominator. So in this step right here, this second step where they move the 84, the second number, that second number, remember up here, that second number is our divisor. So it's the one doing the dividing. So in our second step, we move the 84 to the divisor position in our fraction. Okay, so we will rewrite it as 420 over 84, and now we simply reduce the fraction, okay, and that equals 5. Okay, in this part right here, we can also, once we get it down here to this part, this 420 over 84, we can also rewrite it as a long division problem as 420 and put the divisor on the outside of our long division and do it this way and see that 84 times 5 equals 420 and get the answer that way. Okay, for this one, we have another strategy where we are going to write the division problem as a single fraction, where the divisor and dividend will now be written as a single fraction. We take the first number, make it the numerator in the fraction, and then our second number, which would be the divisor, sorry. We take the divisor and put it as the denominator in the fraction. So 7.5 divided by 1.25, we rewrite it as 7.5 over 1.25. I don't know what just happened there. So 7.5 divided by 1.25. Okay. Now, and then in this second step right here, notice that the decimal has been removed. Now, in order to remove the decimal from 1.25, this is 1 and 25 hundredths. So in order to remove that decimal there, we actually need to multiply 1.25, or 1 and 25 hundredths, by 100 to get rid of that. So if we do that, that makes it 125 down here on the bottom. Okay, and because it is a fraction, we have to abide by the law of equality, so we multiply by 100 up here on top, and that would give us 750 on the top. Okay, again, moving that decimal over 2 places, so now we have 750 over 125, and we would get 6. Okay, so 750 over 125 equals 6. Again, we can do this the long division way as well, putting 750 on the inside of the house and 125 on the outside. It goes in there 6 times, getting 750. Subtracting, we get 0. The answer is 6. All right, hopefully you understood. Both methods are completely fine. One way obviously is a little bit easier than the other. So make sure you understand both prior to coming to class tomorrow.